A very good afternoon and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. I am Brian Tumwine Biaruhanga, and to our first story. Every June 9th, Uganda commemorates Heroes Day to honor the men and women who made great sacrifices for the country's liberation and development. This year, the national celebrations will be held in Lyantonde district, located in the southwestern central Uganda. The area was chosen in recognition for the significant role its people played during the NRA liberation struggle led by President Yoweri Museveni in the 1970s through the 1990s. Let's have the details of this report.
Uganda will on 9th June 2025 celebrate our national heroes, both living and dead. This special occasion will take place at Lyantonde Technical Institute, Kaliro Town Council, Lyantonde District. The guest of honor will be the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency General Retired Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. He will be accompanied by several distinguished guests, both from within and out of the country. Ugandans across the country are therefore invited to come and join the President as we celebrate this memorable day. The theme for this year's Heroes Day is the legacy and ideals of our heroes, a memorable inspiration. President Yoweri Museveni will also on this occasion honor 50 Ugandans with various categories of medals.
We shall also have an investiture ceremony, a program where Ugandans who are outstanding, like rightly said by the Honorable Minister, that there are those Ugandans who sacrificed in terms of so many ways, ranging from bravery, giving support to the liberators, and also ensuring that there was success in that struggle. So these outstanding Ugandans on such occasions are honored by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs, in partnership with the Government of Netherlands, has launched a training program to help immigration officers detect forged travel documents. Now officiating the session, General Apollo Kasita Goa, Director of Citizenship and Immigration Control, urged the public to follow proper procedures when acquiring travel documents to avoid legal issues and safeguard Uganda's international reputation. Let's see more of this report.
The world is becoming a smaller place. There's more and more people traveling every day, using documents, wanting to migrate, wanting to visit not only Europe but also Africa. And it's important that we make sure that people travel in a legal manner and that you know as a country who's coming into your country and who's leaving your country. And that is the reason why Uganda and the Netherlands work together closely to make sure that this is done in a very professional manner and learn from one another.
The Netherlands, first of all, find that a Ugandan is holding on to a fraudulent document, they'll begin to question the integrity of our documents. So we try and fight hard to make sure that our documents, first of all, stand the test of fraud, so that they cannot be forged. The individuals, why do they want to have a fraudulent document? It's because, one, depending on where they are going, perhaps they've already been denied entry, so they will try every means possible to go to that country. And one of the ways, of course, in order to be allowed to any country, you must have a valid identification, a valid travel document. So if you're not allowed permission into that country, you're going to try and get a fraudulent document. And this is exactly what is happening. And this is why we must train our officers to be able to detect what is a fraudulent document and what is a genuine document.
Let's go now to our next story. The Commissioner for Youth and Children Affairs at the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Mondo Chateka, has called on young people across the country to take advantage of government programs designed to fight poverty and improve livelihoods. He made the remarks during a stakeholder engagement organized by the Peer-to-Peer, aimed at empowering youth and enhancing their economic opportunities. Let's see more of this story.
To look at issues pertaining to adolescent health, looking at the legal frameworks, looking at the policy frameworks, and looking at what needs to be done to protect the young people from getting married when they are children or producing when they are still children. Teenage pregnancy in this country stands at 24%. It is one of the highest in East and Central Africa. We are saying this should not be. We need to do everything conceivably possible to downgrade the profile of teenage pregnancy in this country. We also have a very high rapid population growth, and a quarter of the children produced in this country are produced by adolescents, by teenagers. We are saying this should not continue. Young people should be in school.
Today we are here for the 4th National Stakeholders Dialogue on Adolescent Health, and we are privileged to have a number of chief magistrates and grade 1 magistrates from different districts of the country, but specifically to kickstart conversations for the adolescents and the young people that are also coming from different parts of the country. And Peer-to-Peer Uganda convening this National Stakeholders Dialogue is setting the pace for the conversations to create an intersect between adolescent health, but also the legal and the justice system in Uganda. So that's why we are here.
Support community-based justice initiatives, and also since you have been held by someone to come to this national dialogue, please, when you go back, hold someone else so that we can mentor other youth advocates in our communities. I will conclude by saying that adolescent health and justice are deeply connected.
Okay.
Now, the Ministry of Water and Environment is assuming full responsibility for water supply services in refugee settlements and host communities services previously managed by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and other development partners. Now, a memorandum of understanding marking the transition from emergency humanitarian aid to a sustainable service delivery model has been signed between government agencies and development partners at the ceremony held in Kampala. The government was represented by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Water and Environment, Mr. Okot Okidi, and the Commissioner for Refugees in the Office of the Prime Minister, Mr. Patrick Okello. We have the details of this report.
Is a true manifestation, reflection, and testimony on how strategic partnerships and holistic, inclusive approaches can drive progress towards Uganda's development aspirations. Provision of water and sanitation services, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the key pillars that is very crucial in the national response for refugees in this country.
Water. That's why I'm so, overwhelmed, with joy to sign this MOU today, when the government of Uganda is taking full charge of providing water to the visitors that come in. After providing them the seed, you give them water. We've come a very, very long way. Now, despite the increased numbers of refugees, water tracking is only 0.2%. In 2018, water tracking was about 37%. UNHCR used to spend about $18 million a year on water. This year, we've made provision for about only 2.5 million US dollars.
Today, the Ministry of Water and Environment, together with the Office of the Prime Minister and United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, have signed an agreement that is going to make sure that the water and sanitation facilities, infrastructures that have been put in place in the various refugees communities are managed in a better way and managed sustainably, both for refugees and the host communities. When refugees came to Uganda, there were emergency responses, and we have now transitioned from emergency to development. So these systems are now being optimized, they are being integrated, and they're going to be run by either the National Water and Sewage Corporation or the umbrella authorities of water and sanitation, which is under the Ministry of Water and Environment, for sustainability and also for better service delivery. We won't be seeing NGOs running these systems in the refugee settlements and the host communities any longer.
Residents of Mayuge district have raised concerns over the persistent lack of access to clean water, which they say is contributing to the alarming rates of teenage pregnancy in the area. According to the locals, the long distances and hours spent fetching water from distant sources exposes young girls to the risk of sexual exploitation. We have more of this report.
Mayuge remains one of the districts with the highest rates of teenage pregnancies. Residents say the situation is worsened by poor access to clean and safe water, especially in rural communities.
So through this, we talk to the parents and we talk to the children as well. They tell us the challenges and maybe the most pressing causes of early pregnancies. And one of them is the water sources being very far and being in a state that when they go, they really have to take long. Like you know the sources that we always have in the villages, whereby we have the water source here, and you have to come and bend here to draw the water. So you really can't go before the other person.
In response, community members led by local non-profit organizations are rehabilitating and constructing new water sources to reduce waiting time and help protect girls from vulnerability.
So the parent is at home expecting the child to come back after the water, but then some other business is going on. So that is when we came up with a collective effort to work on the water sources so they can ease the fetching, so that when the child goes, they can easily come back and with water that is safe and clean. Because the parents insisted and said they cannot stop their children from fetching the water because they need the water in their homes.
Sharon Asimwe, founder of the Nife Initiative, credits her personal success to a scholarship she received through the Forum for African Women Educationalists FAWE, which enabled her to complete her university education.
I was at home because my parents could not support me for university, though they were still hustling to see how best they can help me. So that was when I heard about FAWE Uganda from a friend that was at Ustema University already, that is a Asaba Simbula. So that was when I had to go to the district and apply.
Ours is a facilitative role to ensure that this opportunity is gotten by young people, and we emphasize community give back, because one of the things that, the scholarships that we get are given by people. So people that feel for others.
The executive director FAWE, Susan Opok Tumsime, says girls remain at risk and urges the government to support their education journey.
Resources are limited. If we have gotten resources from any of the partners that I mentioned, it is very limited. It can only support a limited number of young. The issue is how can government work with, entities, or probably how can government ensure that every young person that needs to be in school is actually in
school. Nife Initiative is also empowering girls with vocational skills to help them become self-reliant.
I got in touch with Mr. David and then connected me to a teacher who taught me doing this. And I'm pleased that I'm able to get some money out of this. Even though I'm in my vacation, but being in a vacation doesn't mean that I won't eat, I won't dress, I won't play the air. So I need the money to do such.
As part of its ongoing efforts, FAWE has launched its 2025 scholarship program, which will support 700 young people in continuing their education.
So last year we took on 500 young people, 80% of who are girls. This year we shall be taking another 80% of the 700. And these are for young people that will be doing the Higher Education Access Certificate, which is a bridging program for young people that have gotten SAT Senior 6 and have gotten either one principal pass and 2 subsidiary passes.
As the fight against teenage pregnancy continues, the connection between access to clean water, education and girl child protection is growing clearer. The people of Mayuge are determined to rewrite the narrative. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Thank you, Mary, for that report. Leaders from Acholi region in northern Uganda have commended the government for fostering peace, which has paved the way for reconstruction and industrial growth in the Greater Luweero. Their remarks followed a 3-day harmony tour to Greater Luweero aimed at assessing post-war recovery efforts. Now, like northern Uganda, Luweero was affected by civil conflict, and Acholi leaders are now seeking to adopt some of its successful strategies. The 30-member delegation included cultural, religious, and political leaders. Let's see more of this story.
From the northern part of Uganda to visit and have a tour of the Greater Luweero area with the sole purpose of seeing how an area like Luweero that went through a 5-year war is actually making up for all that time that was lost, rising from ashes to an industrial beacon around the region. You might have heard, and as we have visited the different industries, we can see that there is budding business, that there is budding enterprise in Luweero, a once detestable area. It is rising from skulls to skills.
The president said we must bring the Acholi people to see what happened in the Luweero. Because the fronts were in 2 sides. There was a front which was in Luweero, there was a front which was in Luweero. And across both areas, they lost lives. People died. So we decided that let them come and evidence it by themselves to see those mass graves, to also appreciate that also people here lost their lives, but we shouldn't take it personal. It was for cause and purpose.
The organizers of this very important visit is very paramount to learn and study and share ideas on how Luweero recovered from the great atrocities. As we compare with the Acholi sub-region, what can we do as a Acholi sub-region to develop our area? I am grateful that now we are seeing very many industries in Luweero. Now we want to visit those industries and we learn what happened, how they gave land, how all this development came into place.
Luweero has got land, beautiful land, and we know investors who want to go to places that have got land, that have got, yes, you can have land, but if you have difficult cases attached to land, then you will chase away investors. And that's something we need to learn as leaders from Acholi sub-region and northern Uganda. Because, most of our land is customarily owned. And it's not very easy for investors to understand that. So as leaders, what do we do to create a conducive environment to attract investors to come? So that is something we are learning from here.
And I've seen that here is reflecting exactly how man should use the knowledge and the skill which God has given them. and I've seen a lot of development which is impressive. I want us to learn from this, that this development should be in all the parts of the country. Indeed, I want to appeal and request we have really enough space for some of this development in northern Uganda, and particularly where I really ship the people. I want to thank the government for this development. I want to thank the Ugandans, and I want to thank people behind this development.
Now to our next story. Students of Wante Muslim Secondary School have been urged to promote sanitation and hygiene practices within their communities. Now the call was made by Mirembe Samantha, Vice Chairperson of the Makerere University Antimicrobial Resistance Club, during a hand-washing campaign held in Mayuge district. Let's see the details.
Mirembe Samantha emphasized the importance of maintaining proper sanitation and hygiene to maintain combat antimicrobial resistance in communities.
Effect in that even when we leave the project, because most of us are university students and we are going to be graduating in a few years. So when we leave in a few years, we want the project to be sustainable, which is why we keep on creating awareness so that more and more people know about antimicrobial resistance and more.
Namimia Abdallah, Deputy Head Teacher of Wante Muslim Secondary School, applauded the Makerere AMR Club for donating a water tank and sanitation materials to the school.
Muslim Secondary School. We are indeed so much grateful for thinking about us and for putting us into your consideration to see that we move together as we are helping communities. Communities essentially, it has a number of stakeholders. It has the learners, it has the teachers, and it has the parents. When you really give to a school and partner with the school, definitely you are partnering with the community at large, because the teachers are going to benefit, the learners are going to benefit, and equally the parents will.
Meanwhile, Bossa Sharif, Health Minister of Makerere AMR Club, appealed to government to support their initiative in the fight against microbial resistance.
Upon all people, the government of Uganda, the Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health.
Students and community members expressed gratitude to the Makerere AMR Club for implementing hand-washing project and raising awareness about hygiene in their area.
An organization which is bringing us a tank, and really I have seen that tank there. Let us clap for these people.
This initiative will gonna help us in many ways. Water, we're gonna wash our hands and whatever.
Winnie Ainembabas Katwire and Viola Nabasa for UBC.
Thank you, Winnie and Nabasa, for that report. Now let's go to our next story. The remains of Cedric Babu have been airlifted to Uganda from Aga Khan Hospital, Kenya, Nairobi. The body is being treated at Uganda Funeral Services as the family awaits to give the final arrangements. Let's see the details of this report. Now, the late Cedric worked with Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, and as UBC, we condole with the family, and may the soul of Cedric Babu rest in eternal peace. Now, we are going for a break, and more news will be coming shortly.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80#. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the rider selection campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo. Dial *165 *80#. Select option 2 for school pay. Select option 1 to pay school fees. Enter the student number and amount and approve the transaction. You will now enter the draw to win school fees.
Welcome back from that short break, and now UBC Lunchtime News continues with business. Uganda is set, after 4 years of supporting Uganda's digital economy, the Netherlands Trust Fund V project has officially handed over its mandate to the Alliance for Trade in Information Service, launched in 2021 and targeted SMEs in tech agribusiness sectors, aiming to boost capacity to export IT services globally. Abdul Nasir Ligwama has the details.
Stakeholders in software development are being encouraged to align innovations with global market needs to tap into increased foreign investment and grow Uganda's share in business process outsourcing.
How can we help others to grow? And how can we make sure that young people have access and have
the knowledge and are trained to be working in this sector and make it grow.
After 4 years of empowering Uganda's digital economy, the Netherlands Trust Fund 5 project is now transitioning its efforts to the Alliance for Trade in Information Services.
Of the program. So it's not ending, it's transitioning. And this is very important for all of us. NTF5 project supported the mapping of Uganda's tech ecosystem, working closely with Startup Uganda, the umbrella body of tech hubs and tech business support organizations, and helping to identify gaps and overlaps, as I said, and providing key recommendations on the need of entrepreneur support organizations to diversify their business models and increase their specialization.
The initiative has supported over 15 Ugandan IT companies and startups, including DataCare, to meet international standards and expand their capacity to export services globally.
Policy is in which country before we export, and that's part of what Artis's role is. Before we go in any country, we make sure that what are the barriers or what are the requirements, right? So we make sure that if you're going in a particular country, you have to understand what are the barriers to trade. You overcome them, you address them. Whatever standards are in those countries, we make sure that our solutions or the services they are offering are matching to the policies of those specific countries.
The tech sector in Uganda is challenged with limited funding to commercialize innovations and invented startups.
I think one of the problems that we've seen over the last 4 years is startups build technology and then they think that's business. And one of the things that we've emphasized is technology is just a means, it's not an end in itself. And so it's always how do you leverage technology to serve a wider market, to reach a wider community.
The Alliance for Trade in Information Technology and Services will support non-traditional service exporters by building joint capacity to attract global buyers and improve international markets.
And now to sports. Uganda is set to host the Rugby Africa Cup 2025. All preparations and the stadium has been aligned in preparations for the tournament. Let's see more of the story.
The Rugby Africa Cup 2025 starts July 8 and ends July 20, 2025 at the Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. The country will use the tournament as a rallying moment for national pride, unity and global ambition.
On top of playing good rugby, we want to really market our country, and we hope that as many people from the different countries will be able to come in. Things of visas and airport logistics and what will be very easy because tourism board is on board.
Highly important to us because they are part of rugby, of course. And of course, last year we didn't have a wider base of players on the 15th side, but adding them onto the setup will really give us a helping hand, more energy in the team.
Now Special has taken up the tournament as the official sponsor.
Up until the moment that Uganda hosts a World Cup, this is the highest level tournament in the region. So it is very important. I hope and expect and urge the fans to come in good number, in good spirits to cheer our cranes on during the event. And we're going to be there to help execute and show everybody a good time.
The 2025 Rugby Africa Cup, which also doubles as qualifier for the 2027 Men's Rugby World Cup in Australia, will feature 8 of the continent's finest, including Zimbabwe, the 2024 champions, Uganda the host, Namibia, Kenya, Algeria, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, and Morocco, who qualified via the 2025 North Africa repechage. The Rugby Cranes will begin their campaign in a quarter-final clash against regional rivals Kenya, while the winner of the tournament will qualify for the Rugby World Cup, and runners-up advances to a repechage pathway, with Uganda also hosting that critical playoff fixture.
Thank you, Emon, for that report. Now, the Futsal Super Cup final is up for grabs this Thursday night at the Old Kampala Sports Arena. League Championships, Mengo City Stormers will take on former Holder Park FC Rangers in a much-anticipated clash. We have more of this story.
Futsal continues to attract many in Uganda. Played indoors at the Old Kampala Sports Arena, the fast-paced game originated from Portugal and Spain, features 5-a-side teams competing on a hard court. The Futsal Association of Uganda has been instrumental in developing the sport through organized competition and grassroots programs. Their efforts were recently recognized when they were named Best FUFA Member Association at the FUFA Awards night.
For Futsal as an association, to win such an award is a big thing to us as a brand of football, as it makes a statement and shows the hard work all members, clubs, club owners, our partners, Betpower, have put into the game to make sure it moves a mile. And this is the start of bigger things to come for the game, and we promise everyone that we are going to be bigger and bigger. But thanks to everyone for the effort, for the work put in.
This recognition at the FUFA Awards is a major milestone and will inspire even more youth to get involved in futsal.
Yeah, this is an amazing award for the Federation of Futsal and the futsal fraternity. Honestly, it's a big achievement under the competitions that we've been facing, Uganda Youth Association and NEC, also the good work that they have done. But we've been standing out tall, brave, and the hard work that we've been putting in definitely will deserve this award. This goes out to all the club owners, to all the people who have put dedication and time. Honestly, we really deserve this. And from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much, Futsal Fraternity and the Futsal family.
Following a successful 2024-25 season, focus now shifts to the Super Cup final, which will be played on Thursday evening at the Old Kampala Sports Arena, featuring the current and former league champions in Mengo City Stormers and Park FC Rangers, respectively. Marsha Miro Victor, UBC News.
Now, that story by Miro brings us to the end of UBC Lunchtime News. Viewers, thank you so much for watching, and God bless Uganda.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Buza Commissioner, enhancing tax education and bringing it closer to the taxpayers. Many Ugandans have questions about the taxes they pay to URA.
When we come at revenue, they tell us to clear Chitenge at 10,000. And when we are selling Chitenge, we sell it at 17. So we don't know whether we are working or not.
Understanding your tax obligations can help you grow your business and avoid unnecessary losses. Now, you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and you